Well, my imprisonment can be put into two phases, divided into two phases. There was my conviction on the 7th of November 1962. And I had just come back from Africa. I had met almost all the prominent leaders in Africa. And I was encouraged by that visit and the support that we received. And I almost went overboard in my attitude towards the prison authorities. And then I was so confident that I challenged them on almost everything. For example, when I was convicted, I insisted on getting proper clothing and proper food. And I threatened to go to court if they did not give me those facilities. And they conceded. But they said to me, well, the other prisoners have accepted the regulations very well. You decide, to be a troublemaker, you are going to stay alone. We are not going to allow you to join others. It was quite a miserable time just to be alone for some months. You wake up, you see only a warder. And I tried to make some friendship with an African warder. And just a few days after I had been convicted, I was already feeling the fact that I can't speak to anybody. So I tried to bribe him with an apple. And I said, Baba, Nancy apple. Or on the phone. And I felt, quite lonely. And after some time, I just couldn't stand it. So I went back to the authorities and I said, well, I'm prepared, to accept your regulations. I want to join Sobukwe and others. They allowed me to do so. So it was to join other political prisoners was a new life for me. And it was only the PAC chaps who were there. But the colleagues in prison, can be very nice. Sobukwe was a very nice person, very fine personality. I have no doubt that if Sobukwe were alive today, the ANC and the PAC would have merged, would have been one organization, because we had begun discussing this matter, and he was very positive in his approach. He looked after me very well, because there were about 7 of them, and I was the only person who was not a member of the PAC. And you could never notice that difference at all, because of his concern, for unity, and also because he was a fine human being and very strong inside. I had a very lovely time with him. So that period had its ups and downs, but eventually when I joined Sobukwe and others, I felt at home. Although the authorities, of course, did not want us to be together, they put him at the end of the passage, and I was the other end of the passage. And they used to change us, shift us every week. The end of every week, they would take us to a new section as part of security precautions. But Sobukwe and I would be put in different cells, far from each other, with other prisoners between us. And but when I went now to Robben Island, when we were convicted, I was able to join my colleagues now in the Rivonia trial. And we went down together, and subsequently were joined by others. And that changed the whole scenario. And in spite of the fact that we're in prison, as I have said, I was in the company of very great freedom fighters, talented, and people who were rich in experience. And at the end of every day, you felt that you had gained something from life. Comrade Oliver and I